I love roguelikes. There's just something about starting a new run and creating and finding brand new item synergies as you progress the game and unlock more and more stuff. Every run can be good enough to win, and every run can also be wildly different. That is the sole essence of a roguelike. So today I'm going to talk about my favorite roguelikes and why you should totally, most definitely play them.
Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house.
Yeah, who cares? Starting off kind of controversial because I know there's a lot of online discourse as to whether this is a roguelike or a roguelite, which to me is just stupid. It's a game where I get to improve my character using found items and complete a run. So I'm calling it a roguelike. It's my video. I make the rules. Welcome to The Binding of Isaac, a game where your sole goal is to kill your mom, go into her womb to then kill her heart, and then go kill Satan, or another version of yours. What am I reading right now? Yeah, let's just ignore the premise of the game because, to be honest, it doesn't even really matter that much. But if you care that much, there's a MatPat video about the lore because, of course, there is. I've been playing The Binding of Isaac longer than some of you have been alive, I can guarantee it. And I've seen it transform from a Newgrounds website game by good old Ed McMillan to its Steam release. Quick correction, the demo came out after the Steam release. I just played the demo first, so that's kind of how I remember the order, my bad. To Rebirth, to Afterbirth, and Afterbirth Plus, and the mod for the game Anti-Birth becoming an official release and Repentance, you get the point. I remember back in the day watching all of my favorite Isaac daily YouTubers do all their daily runs. I remember the Brimstone and Guppy synergy at its peak, let me tell ya. But here's the thing, from even all the way back then, Isaac still remains the same game in how it functions. It's a 2D dungeon crawler style game where you shoot your tears in order to do damage. And I put tears in quotations because a lot of the time you start shooting giant lasers or controlled bomb explosions instead of salty water. So, you know, there's that. There's also a very wide selection of characters you unlock by just playing the game, all with different benefits to them. There's an item room on each floor, a shop, a secret room, and various other special rooms that have a chance to spawn that contain more ways to spice up your run. And by spice up your run, I mean like this. I say in. If you can't tell by that right there, or any of the footage from these runs playing right now, this game is designed in a way with every intention for you to try and break it. With items to reroll different items, spin them down, there's even an item that allows you to use any item that you want. Something else that I feel like needs to be mentioned is that a certain combination of items allows for you to gain something called the Transformation, which is just an overall buff for your run, from shooting different tiers to like generating flies, stuff like that. All in all, pretty awesome. And you know what else is awesome? Having built-in challenges and seeds for your run so that you can play them alongside your friends and compare what you could have done differently. Something I think The Binding of Isaac does differently than every other game on this list, though, is that feeling you get when you complete a run. Or when you don't. I don't know if my emotional investment into these games is just a problem I should bring up at therapy, or if this game is just really good at making me care about it. But that's just Isaac, and it's why I love this game to death, and I always will. Game of the Year candidate, baby. And in my opinion, at this rate, it should have won. Because after I installed Balatro on my computer, I could not stop playing. My first session was just 5 hours of straight finding new ways to make the funny number on the left go up and catch fire. I was addicted. In case you don't already know how this game works, it's based on mechanics and hands played in poker. Each specific type of poker hand offers you a base amount of chips you can gain from it, as well as a multiplier. Your goal is to complete blinds by reaching a certain amount of chips via playing these poker hands with a standard 52-card deck. And at the end of each level, called an ante, there's a boss blind that has some sort of gimmick, like you can't play spade cards or something. And you might be wondering, how do you reach these absurdly high chip amounts on some of these blinds with just the base poker hands? Let me introduce you to Jokers. Jokers allow you many benefits that allow you to create crazy synergies and gain an insane amount of chips. You can technically only hold 5 per run, which you find in the shop after each blind is completed, which also gives you money, I forgot to mention that. But you can find special edition Jokers that have different effects on them, like holographic, which gives you more multiplier, foil, which gives you more chips, polychrome, which multiplies your multiplier, a little confusing, but it makes sense, I promise, and negative, which allows you 1 more Joker spot per negative card already in your inventory. So although you're only allowed 5 by normal standards, if you get lucky enough, you can just have an infinite amount of Jokers. And don't get me started on the music you hear in the background, just listen. I don't know how to describe it. It's weirdly like something I've never heard before, yet it sounds so familiar. It gives the same vibe to most of the Terraria OST. That retro 8-bit feeling you'd figure you'd get tired of, considering there is only one song you're hearing throughout most of the game. But nope, I could listen to this endlessly, and I have for many, many hours. This game is fun and it's addictive, and every time I find some fun, unique way to keep a run going via funny synergy with the new Joker, I just feel this immense happiness. One night, my pal Abram DM'd me with the seed for this run he had, where he got this really good Joker in his first shop, and he wanted me to do a high card run. He couldn't figure out how to beat it though, so we just sat there messing around on that seed for an hour, and we found this combinations of Jokers that gave us hands like this. And like I said earlier, the stimulation you get from seeing that number on the side of your screen go up as you hear the game count up your chips, your multiplier, and add everything together just for it to catch on fire, it's a beautiful thing. And once you want to run, if you think you have a good enough set of Jokers, you're given the option to go into endless mode and go on, well, endlessly. Like, this game is so good, I bought it a second time on my phone. 10 out of 10 game. Play it, play it, play it. Risk of Rain is one of the most well-known roguelikes of all time. And that is for a very good reason. Risk of Rain 2 is a third-person shooter kind of roguelike. There's tons of characters to unlock and pick from. You've got Spider-Man, Magic Lady, the Lizard from Spider-Man, Quake guy with the railgun. Oh yeah, that fit. The way this game works is you drop in from like a space pod rocket ship thing into a level, and enemies start to spawn around you. You defeat the enemies, you get money, you use the money to open crates you find around the level that drop you items, and that is how you upgrade your character. Your character also gains levels over time, I forgot to mention that. Once you're done doing all that, there's a boss totem that you have to find to progress the level. Standard formula for most roguelikes. But one thing I forgot to mention is that the more time you spend on a level, the harder the game gets. It doesn't reset per level. If you waste time where you shouldn't, you are actually punished for the rest of the game. And like Balatro, there is an endless sort of aspect to this game, so technically, even though there's a final boss that you can fight if you want to, you don't have to. You can just keep going level to level and re-looping over and over again, playing as long as you want to, improving your build and having endless fun. One of the other great features of this game is how easy it is to mod. There are multiple programs that you can install, like R2 Modman or Thunderstore, that just lets you find and download mods absurdly easily, which is how I'm able to be Goku and also have the Artificer gain some, well, asset changes. This game is like the Fortnite of roguelikes. You can do anything and be anything, and it's pretty fun to play with friends. My absolute favorite part that I had completely forgotten about prior to launching it was that the music is so phenomenal. It just sounds so cool, from the opening music to the final stage. Even though the names of the music might be a mouthful, the soundtrack is stellar. You cannot like the game and the gameplay and everything, but you have to admit, this soundtrack, it's so good. I could go on and on. This game does everything right, from the gameplay, to the character designs, to the item synergies, to the secrets you can find, to the music. I highly recommend you give it a shot if you haven't already. So whenever I write these scripts, I put them in like a Google Doc, and I let my friends like look over them and review them and tell me if they think they're good or not. And all Abram had to say for Gunfire Reborn is that it's goated. And I'm gonna let that comment speak for itself. This game is a roguelike where you play as a bunch of different characters with different intrinsic abilities, go through levels, defeat enemies, and get money and XP to level up and buy upgrades, and eventually defeat a boss to progress to a new set of levels. Pretty standard formula for a roguelike. But here's what Gunfire Reborn does differently. This game is a first-person shooter roguelike that you can play with your friends. And if you know anything about how much I love first-person shooters, you'll know that I love this game so much. The gunplay is so unique and feels so refreshing. The sandbox feels so perfectly crafted towards having fun. All of the abilities and upgrades you find are just built for you to enjoy it more and more with each run. And something really unique that the creators did with this game is allow you the ability to pick up and use different guns, giving you an opportunity to use different types of weapons and find out what you like or don't like and what synergizes with your build the best. And on top of all of that, all weapons come with a certain set of intrinsic abilities or traits, as well as stats, all randomly rolled, creating cool synergies depending on what character you decide to play. You can also upgrade these abilities and stats as your run goes on through shops, item pickups, secret levels. This game is just so good. As of this recording, I actually haven't unlocked all of the characters or anything in this game, but I can say for certain that I don't need to have everything unlocked to have so much fun running around this game, throwing grenades at guys with big chunky health bars and shooting things in the face. Play Gunfire Reborn. Period. Alright, I'm gonna be 100% honest here. Prior to this video concept, I had never played Hades, which sounds like a sin in like the gaming roguelike community. I'd heard so much good about it, but I had never fully committed to playing it despite all of the hype. And this video was originally just going to be about the 3 games I've already talked about, not including Gunfire Reborn, but I saw this as a golden opportunity to play a game I never truly gave a shot and a game that I love that I forgot about, which was Gunfire Reborn. Now, to actually talking about Hades. This footage in the background is literally my first time playing it, but it was a blast. From what I've gathered, Zagreus, the son of Hades, has been invited to join the Greek pantheon on Olympus, and all of the gods are trying to help him escape from Hades. Now this help comes in the form of upgrades, as it would most roguelikes, but they're all themed around Greek gods. Like Zeus gave a lightning upgrade, Artemis gave me an upgrade based around hitting critical shots because she's a huntress goddess. It seems super obvious and not something to obsess over or freak out about, but I thought it was a really nice touch. You can use different paths as you progress through your run, as certain paths give certain rewards, but they aren't free. As you would have to in a roguelike, you have to fight to obtain these upgrades. The combat feels so unique compared to not just any other roguelike I've played, just any other game I've played in general. It's very refreshing and also fluid. Now, what is also refreshing and very fluid is the art style of this game. It is absolutely stunning. I love when games play well and are aesthetically pleasing, and the design choices that were made for a lot of the characters, gods, and goddesses just fit super well. Growing up, I was also a huge Greek mythology guy, so getting the opportunity to play a game based around it was very fun. Every time a new god from the Greek pantheon showed up, I got excited. I enjoyed seeing how the creator of this game decided to design these characters that I'm so familiar with. Like whenever I fought the first boss of Hades, the first Fury, Megaira. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm not gonna lie, he says it. I probably sound like an idiot talking about it right now. But I was in awe looking at her character design. And the idea that you have to fight the Furies in order to escape Tartarus is accurate to Greek mythology as well. You might also know them from that one God of War game. Not the point though anyways. This game so far is very fun, and I can recommend it based off the hour or 2 I've played so far. It is definitely a gaming experience worth having, and I understand why 4 years ago I was hearing so much praise about this game. It deserved every bit of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I have encouraged you to try a lot of these games out. A lot of these games I consider like the entry to the roguelike series because there is so many more roguelikes out there. But these games in particular, I feel really deserve the love. All of these games are amazing, and I've sunk countless hours into them, finding fun synergies and creating builds to optimize how fast I can complete runs, and it's beautiful. I also hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if there's any specific topic you want to see me cover, or a specific game you want me to play, make a short video essay on, and I'll see you all next time. Much love as always, and peace out.